Hey, it's Lana, and before we get into today's video, I just want to say something. If you're watching this, there's probably a reason. Maybe you're going through something right now. Maybe you loved someone and it didn't work out. Maybe you gave everything you had and it still fell apart. And you're sitting there wondering what went wrong. Was it you? Was it them? Was it just not meant to be? I've asked myself those same questions. And today I want to talk about something that took me a long time to understand. Loving someone is never enough on its own. And nobody ever tells you that. So let's talk about it, because you deserve to understand why. The truth is, love alone was never meant to be enough. And I know that's a hard thing to hear, especially if you're someone who has loved deeply, who has given everything, who has stayed when it was hard and tried when it was easy to give up. We grow up watching movies where love conquers everything, where if you just love someone hard enough, it works out, where the feeling itself is the answer to every problem. But nobody tells you what happens after the feeling. Nobody tells you that the feeling changes, that it gets quieter, that the butterflies settle, and what's left is just two people trying to figure out how to exist together. And when that happens, most people panic. They think something is wrong, they think the love is gone, they go looking for the feeling somewhere else. But the feeling was never the point. Here's what I've learned, and what took me way too long to understand. Love is not a plan. Love is not a solution. Love is not a guarantee. Love is just the beginning. And most people mistake the beginning for the whole story. They fall in love and they think, okay, we have this. This is enough. This feeling will carry us. It won't. Because love without trust is just anxiety with a pretty name. You can love someone and still spend every night wondering where they are, still check their phone when they're in the shower, still feel that knot in your stomach when they take too long to text back. That's not love working. That's love failing. Love without respect is just a cycle. Hurt and apology, over and over again. And every time they apologize, you think, okay, this time it will be different, because you love them, because they love you. But love doesn't change patterns. Love doesn't fix behavior. Love doesn't make someone treat you the way you deserve to be treated. Only they can decide to do that. And love without compatibility is just two people trying to fit into shapes that don't match. You can love someone who wants different things. You can love someone who moves at a different pace. You can love someone who has a completely different idea of what life should look like. And it still won't work, no matter how much you love them. Because love is not enough to close a gap that was never meant to close. And here's the part that really gets me. You can love someone completely, genuinely, with everything you have. And they can love you back, and it still doesn't work, because love is not the foundation. Love is the feeling you have while you're building the foundation. What actually keeps two people together is not the feeling, it's the choice. Every single day, it's choosing to communicate when you'd rather shut down. When you're tired and frustrated and you just want to go to sleep and pretend everything is fine. It's choosing to be honest even when the truth is uncomfortable, even when you know it might start a fight. It's choosing to show up, not just when it's easy, not just when you feel like it, but on the hard days, on the boring days, on the days when the feeling is quiet and all you have is the choice. It's choosing that person even when you're angry, even when you're hurt, even when part of you wants to walk out the door. And most people never learn this. Most people spend their whole lives chasing the feeling. They go from relationship to relationship looking for someone who makes them feel alive, who gives them butterflies, who makes their heart race. And every time the feeling fades, they think, this isn't it. This isn't the one. Let me find someone who makes me feel it again. But the feeling will always fade. That's not a sign that the love is gone. That's just what love does when it grows up. What's left after the feeling fades is who you actually are together. Can you sit in silence and feel safe? Can you have a hard conversation without it turning into a war? Can you disagree and still feel loved? Can you have a bad day, a really bad day, and know with absolute certainty that they're not going anywhere? That's what real love looks like. Not the butterflies, not the obsession, not the can't eat, can't sleep feeling that consumes you at the beginning. The safety, the consistency, the choice. I want you to think about the last relationship you were in, or maybe the one you're in right now. Were you loved? Probably. But were you chosen every day? Because that's the difference that nobody talks about. Being loved is passive. Someone can love you and still not show up for you, still not prioritize you, still not treat you the way you deserve. Being chosen is active. It means someone looks at all of their options, all of the distractions, all of the easier paths, and they pick you, deliberately, consistently. And you deserve someone who actively, consciously, deliberately chooses you. Not someone who stays because it's comfortable. Not someone who comes back because they're lonely or bored or scared of being alone. Not someone who loves you in theory but can't